Young ladies and gentlemen, good day to all of you. You are welcome here on the Tribune of Awakening, Consciousness. So, this is the headline of international news. It was to be expected. The very first spontaneous reaction of American President Donald Trump to this famous emergency meeting of March 6th, which took place yesterday in Brussels. A meeting that brought together the 27 countries, so the 27 member countries of the European Union. You are undoubtedly aware that the objective of the meeting was to take emergency security measures for Europe and especially to redirect the various actions of the European Union regarding the support, the type of support, the nature of support that needed to be provided to Ukraine. Unfortunately, the meeting ended in total confusion. We did not see any truly explicit feedback. They were in disarray. The President of the European Union Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, and her other colleague, the two officials, avoided. The journalists' questions, they avoided going into details about their security plan provided to Ukraine. They simply said that the Ukrainian army could ensure Ukraine's security. They drowned in praises for the Ukrainian army, an army that no longer exists. So, therefore, overall already they have sown confusion. Donald Trump thus understood that these people have an intention. They want, at all costs, to play a very strange game that Donald Trump himself does not understand. To do this, Donald Trump, who goes back and forth, his position is not static. Donald Trump's position is not stable, meaning he decides based on the way the wind blows. You know, he had already issued a decree aimed at stopping the provision of intelligence, the sharing of intelligence with the Ukrainian intelligence services, since it is thanks to this information, this intelligence, that the Ukrainian army was able to act, even if just a little, on the ground. So, since he issued the decree, they had slowed down a bit. After some time, there were many criticisms. There was lamenting within the Ukrainian armies. He reactivated it just a little, but the decree is still in place. He reactivated it a bit to wait for those people to finish their famous meeting so they could see the conclusions. And as soon as the conclusions were reached, very vague conclusions, he pressed the pound key again. So, he stopped the sharing of intelligence, and as soon as he stops, even for 30 minutes, it is felt immediately. So, things really start to heat up on the Ukrainian side and even on the European side. This greatly worries the Europeans. So what happens next? Ladies and gentlemen, in the context of this video conference, we will discuss the direct consequences of that famous meeting that took place yesterday, March 6, 2025, in Brussels. So, before continuing, as I often tell you, please agree to share this video conference as much as possible. It gives us an audience, it gives us visibility. Leave a lot of comments. Yes. And know that the comments that are left as the video is shared, the video goes with your comments. And it also gives visibility to your different profiles and your different pages. And above all, we are at a time when African youth must be informed in real time. Because if we don't have the true information about what is happening in the world, obviously, it will be very difficult for us to make good decisions. To make good decisions, you need to be well informed. And the right information is here, in our video conferences, here on the Awakening of Consciousness platform. So let's dive deep, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Give a lot of likes. So, to begin with, there has been some crying from Europe. The Europeans are worried, primarily for themselves, because if America stops sharing intelligence with Ukraine, Europe is also affected, as Europe was also using this information. So that's why we have, as they say, the United Kingdom that has stepped out. United Kingdom, they have come out. They say they will continue to provide Kiev with raw intelligence data. raw intelligence data, but they will not entirely replace the data previously provided by the United States of America. They know their limits. The United Kingdom knows its limits. And I tell you, today, thanks to Donald Trump coming to power, he is allowing the world to understand that Europe depends on America. Even if at the beginning, it was under a guise, a pretense so that people wouldn't understand, since it was within the framework of an alliance. They attributed everything to the alliance. But Donald Trump has made everything clear. He is showing the world and the Europeans who do not understand that Europe is tied to America, whether it be economically, whether it be in terms of security and everything. So, the United Kingdom says they will continue, but they will not be able to replace the United States of America. He says this. He says that our intelligence information is not as extensive as the American capabilities, not on the same scale, and cannot take their place. Here is the statement that was made by a former member of a unit, Witchell. So this is an official British representative speaking, talking like this. Do you see how serious this is? The British intelligence services, which we have always heard about, who have self-proclaimed, who have been ranked as the best intelligence services in the world, even surpassing the CIA. Today they are the ones speaking like this. They will continue to provide intelligence to Ukraine, but their capability is not as extensive as that of the United States of America. What about Russia? The Russian FSB. Russia has an intelligence service with a very extensive capability. This is what is currently helping the African country a lot. So, in light of this, what is happening? Share the video conference with me, share it in all the groups. WhatsApp, Telegram, Messenger, share the video. Above all, add a lot of interactions, leave many comments. So, in light of this, what is happening? We have an American official. Yes, it's the special envoy of American President Donald Trump for Kyiv who is speaking. He says this. He says Ukraine has ended the aid from the European Union. And to the sharing of American intelligence through its own fault. It's Ukraine's fault. And this official, his name is Kellogg. His name is Kate Kellogg. He is Donald Trump's special envoy to Kyiv. He is the one who oversees American activities on the Kyiv side. And he is the one who accuses Kiev, saying it's Kiev's fault. Yes. So, he suggested to Ukraine. He suggested that Ukraine was responsible for the halt of military aid and the sharing of intelligence from the United States with Kyiv. He claims that the troubled nation, thus Kiev, was responsible for it. He didn't go into much detail. Oh yes, it's Kiev that is at the root. At the moment when they just issue a decree to scare you, then they ease up a bit. And you will sit with the countries of the 27 to try to stage a coup against the very one who wants to help you reach an agreement. Can this succeed? So, the situation is starting to become very, very heated. That is the act there. The current geopolitics is starting to become very, very heated. But we, Africans, we will continue to follow. We will continue to follow everything that will result from this. We will come here to provide the information, the good, the real, and to decipher it like nowhere else. I repeat once again, when you have the right information, clear, transparent, it's easy to make a decision. And when you speak, as an African, when you talk, the world listens to you. And that's why I invite you to invite your friends, to allow them to discover our platform here. That's what it's about. Because this platform, it's not just about what I say here, but also and especially about what you comment. That's the most important part. It's what awakens the most, the consciousnesses. So, this is our space. Invite others to subscribe. Let's grow our audience. Let's make sure we quickly reach 1 million subscribers. That's what it's about. So thank you all, your tireless samurai. I will always be here. I'll be back shortly with new updates. By the grace of God, the Almighty, it was the path of your one and only samurai.